Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today we're going to be doing a triple track review. And what bands and songs we're going to be looking at? Well, we're going to be looking at Dream Theater's The Enemy Inside, Alter Bridge's Addicted to Pain, and The Answers Spectacular. So firstly, let's take a look at Dream Theater's The Enemy Inside. So of course, as many of you might know, Dream Theater, in my opinion, are one of the greatest artists to have graced rock, metal and prog since its humble beginnings. And well, I don't exactly think they're perfect, or that everything they touch turns to gold. They've definitely had their weak moments. I don't like Awake that much, I have to say, even though that's always considered one of the best. I don't think Awake's a great album at all. First album's not great. There's a couple of others that not quite as good, but they have definitely released some tremendous stuff. Especially, I loved some of their releases from the last decade. Everything seemed to be going so well. Then, of course, this decade, Mike Portnoy left. Completely unexpectedly, he just left. And he was replaced by Mike Mangini, as you all know, and I was sceptical of him. Though, after hearing a dramatic turn of events and seeing the subsequent tour, I was still sceptical of him, because on that tour he played one of the most boring drum solos I've ever had in my life, and I have had the Nickelback drummer play a drum solo. So for Mike Mangini to be that bad, that's saying something. I didn't like his drum solo. It was so damn dull. It just didn't keep me interested. Anyway, now we get a glimpse, a window into his first album actually co-writing along with the rest of DT. So, does this song live up to the name and the sort of self-titled statement the band make, even though I hate self-titled, it's just, I find it lazy. Some people say, oh, well, it makes a statement, it's like, it can be bands turning over a new leaf, like Queensryche self-titled earlier this year, or, now this is turning over a new leaf. No, it's like, you're just lazy. I'm sorry, I just think it's bloody lazy. Anyway, about this song, Mr. Mangini, well, I'm going to give you a pat on the back. There's my pat on the back for you. Because at last, you actually shown what you're capable of. Well, you don't quite electrify the songs in the same way Portnoy did. You've shown you're not to be underestimated, and I do applaud you for that. Before we get into the rest of the song, just a small comment on the production, I'd like to say. And this is the snare. Tad too loud, I have to say. We aren't talking the Doors, like Light My Fire recent remaster level of loud, because that is some of the most obnoxiously turned up drawing I've ever had in my life and pisses me off, hence why I'll always be a 2001 remaster guy, unless of course they do it again, don't remix it, but I'm not talking about the Doors today. Anyway, the snare's a little overbearing. Doesn't detract from the song really, but I hope it's not as overbearing in the final mix, or it could grate on me a little. I like the snare in Death Magnetic. That always grates on me a little bit. I find that a bit too explosive. It's like, what's the hell's his name? I don't even know now. Well, that's embarrassing. Anyway, Lars Ulrich. The rest of the song, well, it's awesome. Petrucci is an exceptional guitarist, and the riffs of this song, they seem a little heavier than Dramatic Turn of Events, which is no bad thing. I thought Dramatic Turn of Events were a little on the light side, though I still love the album. And the verse on this song, especially James' vocals, actually reminds me a little of Train of Thought, which is pretty interesting. That was definitely the heaviest album, I'd say. Though the chorus, it reminds me far more of the sweeping melody of On the Backs of Angels, or On the Back of Angels, whatever, which is no bad thing, as that song, that was an epic song, who can deny that? And this song, one thing many have remarked that I would agree with is that this song really does scream confidence from the band. It certainly sounds a lot more confident from On the Backs of Angels, and from my Dramatic Turn of Events even. And I think that's partly because Mangini settled in. He's not being as safe as he was. That was, again, one of my problems with Dramatic Turn of Events. He was a little safe. But here, just everyone's going for it. John solos soar, and as James belts out, I'm running from the enemy inside at the top of his lungs, to Jordan Rudess's wizard-like prowess with the keyboard just being as awe-inspiring as ever, with sheer superb solos. And then, a little disappointment, I have to say, the man that usually keeps it all together, John Myung, in the mix, he seems a little low. He's not that audible. Now, this could just be I was listening to this originally through crappy laptop sound cards and stuff, but it could just be YouTube's audio, but I don't know, he just didn't come over quite as much as he does on some of the other albums. But I'm sure that'll be rectified when the CD comes out and I put it through my hi-fi. Anyway, overall this song is an 8.5 out of 10. Great song, really hyped for this album. And now, Alter Bridge, they're back. And this is the first single from the upcoming album Fortress, which is coming out 30th September and 8th of October in the US. Poor bastards underway. Anyway, you know, about the song, I don't actually have much to say, which a little weird, basically, considering how often I praised Alter Bridge. You see, the simple fact is that Alter Bridge, I think, are one of the best bands of the last 5 or 7, however long they've been going, years, and deserve to be one of the biggest rock bands, certainly, in the world. This song just helps to prove my point. I mean, it's hellish, has a hellishly addictive chorus, belted out by one of the greatest vocalists to appear for the last 10 years. I mean, he is phenomenal. I mean, you already know that, and I bet you already know that Mark Tremonti is a great in the making. I mean, with his blistering yet melodic solos in Killer Whistle, he's been around quite a while with Creed and stuff. And again, along with Scott Phillips on drums and Brian Marshall on bass, these guys are just tremendous, both in the studio and live. I can't say this song surprised me in quality, or was anything more than I expected, because when you wish for the moon on a stick and they deliver, damn, that's impressive. It's a 9 out of 10. Such a good song. Damn, it's a good song. Okay, and lastly, not least though, The Answer, Spectacular. And The Answer joined David Bowie in that little club of getting their music video removed from YouTube. Only 15 minutes it took to get the video for Spectacular removed, and why was that? Well, it was because of nudity. Yeah, I mean, let's get this straight. The video is hardly a porno and features about 3 glimpses of some women's breasts. Well, I suppose it's also fairly suggestive as well, you know, but YouTubing is quite strict as they are. I mean, it was just a music video, you know, but anyway. The song, though, is... yeah, you know what I'm going to say. You just know what I'm going to say. You just know, and you're going to cringe. It's spectacular. But no, all predictable, unimaginative puns aside, the Irish rockers really deliver a seriously great performance of this party rock anthem, fused with their trademark game film blues. Such a talented band. If you don't know about them, check out this song. And also, I'd recommend checking out my favourite of theirs, which is called Demon Eyes, from their second album, Everyday Demons. Great song, with like double choruses. It's so good. It goes. You just, oh. And yeah, this band can rock. I mean, Cormac Neeson, the vocalist, his gravelly vocals only helped to launch this band just above the sort of sea of mediocrity when it comes to rock. You know, all these many bands out there, but this blues rock, I mean, if you like blues rock, if you like AC/DC type things, give these guys a listen. Also, their upcoming album, New Horizon, that's going to be released in 30th September, and features one of Storm Ferguson's last album covers. And it's a good cover. It has like a cage and on the head of a man and the birds flying out. It's really cool. Really effective. Yeah, awesome song, 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, nice positive triple track review. So I hope you enjoyed, and this has been the Ab Man. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.